WoW Shadowlands release date 2020, or to be more exact, before 12/31/2020. Now this is the date that we were given by Blizzard, but will Blizzard Entertainment disappoint us yet again with another delay? Warcraft 3 Reforged was delayed multiple times, and when it did finally get released, it was what many would call a disaster. Diablo 4 delayed to give room for Diablo Immortals, and we still are waiting for the release of this game. Overwatch 2. We all know this game was in the works for a couple years now, but when it was announced at BlizzCon 2019, no hard-faced date was given, only 2020. But will we see yet another release date delayed? I would feel safe in saying this is very possible. World of Warcraft Classic. WoW Classic was something that people have wanted for years. It was announced in BlizzCon 2017, and yet it took another 2 years to see a release on. Now, it was released on August 26 of 2019. World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Now, of course, this is the game that we've been waiting on, the big one. The one that I feel will either make the game great again or kill it forever. After some of the major screw-ups we've seen, I'll be reserving judgment for this game on release. The reason I say this is the expansion that will make or break the game, after all the failures that they've delivered to us over the last few years, there's only so much any of us can handle. Yes, we are big fans of Blizzard Entertainment, and especially World of Warcraft. But even the biggest die-hard fan can only handle so many screw-ups, so many disappointments, so many letdowns, before they say enough and walk away from the game forever. In my way of seeing things and having played the game from day one till present, here's how I would rank each of the games from vanilla on. Vanilla, of course, was released back in November of 2004, and it was a world-class game. Without it, we would have no game to play today, and look forward to going to another expansion coming soon. The game was harder because we were all new, and above all, we learned together. We helped each other, and we found out just how great of a community we have in this game. Since this, though, the community has taken a back seat, and the game has been showing it in a big way. Burning Crusade, released January 16, 2007, was the first expansion, coming 3 years after Vanilla opened, and for the first time we could fly, and we're going through the magical dark portal to face new enemies and plunder new gear, weapons from our new enemies. And I loved BC, and quite frankly, I still do. Wrath of the Lich King was released November 13, 2008, and was totally awesome. We again had a lot to do, mounts, weapons, that we wanted so bad that many of us still farm Wrath of the Lich King expansion for them to this day. The only complaint that I had was, instead of being able to move on from Wrath of the Lich King at 78, like we did in 68 in BC, we now had to wait till level 80 to move on, making Wrath of the Lich King last a total of 12 levels before being able to move on. Cataclysm was released December 7, 2010, and brought a boatload of changes, land scarred, etc., and in many ways the world was changed forever. Though I'm not one who likes changes, I have to say overall I like Cataclysm expansion. Mist of Pandaria was released on September 25th, 2012, and Mist of Pandaria was, for me, when the game started to decline in a big way. I'm not a fan of pandas. Monks are okay, but again, not one that I fell in love with. You had tons of more rip grinds. Battle Pets was introduced, and I'm not big on Battle Pets. But there was a few things about it that I did enjoy, such as Siege of Orgrimmar, new mounts, and some of the most beautiful scenery in any of the expansions. For me though, at best it was an okay expansion. Warlords of Draenor was released on November 13, 2014, and Warlords of Draenor was good in many ways. First, you visited the home of Thrall and you met Durotan. There was a lot of raids, new mounts, and of course, beside what I didn't like was dead content for too long before the next expansion, battle pets continued, and of course, garrisons. Of course, Legion was released on August 30th, 2016, and Legion was one of the best expansions we've had overall. And I'll leave it at that. Because if you've been watching these videos or you've been listening to any of my content, you know all too well that I thought Legion was the best of the best. Now, Battle for Azeroth was released on August 14, 2018. And I didn't like the way the war campaign drug out or how it ended. The Horde has now lost one of the biggest war heroes we had, and leaders of the Alliance lost no one. Not yet. Also, there were several issues that I found with the mount system. The Horde feed, capture, and have to share our mounts with the Alliance, while the Alliance get their own exclusive B mount. Now, what about Shadowlands? I'll be doing a video taking a deep dive into all the features of Shadowlands and giving you my opinion. Now, I know you may disagree with me on my thoughts of the expansions, so be sure to let me know in the comments section below. Till next time, remember, why level alone when you can level up with Hulk Gaming?